Welcome to the Bendeno Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Unrivaled's future hangs in the balance. After terrible ratings for the first 2 weeks, rumors of Warner Brothers Discovery now moving off after a third year starting to float, you have to think the executives over there at TNT aren't happy wasting a time slot with a product that struggles to bring in 100,000 viewers on average. We also have Project B. Project B, they're getting ready to Tokyo drift over there at Project B. Don't mind me. The WNBA's latest proposal starts in mid-March, ends in mid-November, but Project B's Tokyo announcement has that going down sometime in April. Let's get right into it. Please like the video, comment, and subscribe. We're going to start off with Unrivaled. Off to a grim start in year 2 as viewership craters. Damn. Unrivaled, the nascent 3-on-3 women's basketball league, is off to a shaky start in its second year. The league, which has a slated goal of providing elite women's basketball players an alternative to playing overseas during the WNBA's offseason, has failed to attract substantial television audiences in the early portions of 's second season. I had to chuckle. Elite women's basketball players. We're really overselling this thing, aren't we? We're really selling it hard, aren't we? According to a report by Front Office Sports on Wednesday, Unrivaled's opening slate of games on January 5th averaged just 175,000 viewers across TNT and True TV. 2 additional games on opening day that only aired on True TV averaged 32,000 viewers. From there, the numbers haven't been much better. January 9th, the league averaged 139,000, and a quartet of games during the weekend of January 10th and 11th averaged 71,000 viewers on True TV. That can't be good. That can't be good. The numbers show a steep drop-off compared to last season when Unrivaled averaged 221,000 viewers on TNT. Let's go to the part we all want to know. Quote, "We're building Unrivaled for the long game, and we're confident in our outlook, keeping in mind the same core principles and goals we set forth when establishing the league," Unrivaled CEO Alex Bezel told Front Office Sports. "We're proud of the product we're putting on the court each week and are going to continue growing our audience while showcasing the best women's basketball players in the world. Leagues aren't built overnight." The best product is actually a little humorous, dare I say. The Breeze and the Mist, when it combined 1 for 26 from the three-point line. I'm looking on Twitter and I'm seeing bloopers of these. They're still falling all over each other. We're still doing the mic and I don't know what's going on here. There's also another made-for-TV sports league entering its second year. TGL has faced similar declines so far this season, albeit for the same football-related reasons. Unrivaled may be seeing a drop-off. TGL, however, seems to be in a much healthier spot overall, regularly drawing 3 to 4 times Unrivaled's biggest audiences so far this season. There's also a baseline level of uncertainty Unrivaled faces at the current moment. The league is partly owned by TNT, whose parent company, Warner Brothers Discovery, is in the midst of a messy sell process as Netflix and Paramount vie for the right to buy the company. I'll be honest, Unrivaled is right up Netflix's alley. With all the activist nonsense and garbage that Unrivaled and the players in it love to push, Unrivaled is right up Netflix's alley. Netflix is gushing. They're drooling just to put Unrivaled behind a paywall. They love to just push Unrivaled on people. Unrivaled reportedly has a 6-year media rights deal that TNT can opt out of after 3 years. Should the league fail to gain traction by year 3, its days could be numbered, especially under new ownership. Paramount will probably get Unrivaled the bleep out of here. I gotta be honest. Paramount would most likely get Unrivaled the bleep out of here. Netflix, on the other hand, they'd probably like a message like Unrivaled to be on their platform. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Next, Project B and the WNBA. Project B Tokyo could conflict with proposed WNBA start date. Project B Tokyo. Let me just say this right now. I wouldn't bet anything that Project B Tokyo is gonna happen. I wouldn't. I'm not overly confident that Project B is a real thing yet. I need to see it to believe it. They announced a few players, then they just were quiet, and then out of nowhere they announced this Tokyo date. Something tells me that Project B is not going to be getting the top players. Just if there is a Project B, just something tells me the top. I don't know. It just reeks of scam to me. It reeks of, let me just wash some money off real quick. Just reeks of, let me just launder a couple. It just reeks to me. If it comes out and it's a real thing, I'll believe it. But as of right now, I'm taking everything Project B comes out with a grain of salt. Everything Project B announces, I'm taking with a grain of salt. So is it going to conflict with proposed start date? Yeah, I guess. Is there really going to be a Project B? That remains to be seen. The Women's Basketball League, calling itself Project B, has announced its first tour dates, and they could overlap with the WNBA calendar. The startup league, which plans for its inaugural season to begin in November and extend through April, said this week that its Tokyo tournament will start March 26th and end April 4th. The 5-on-5 league is planning a global series of tournaments in Europe, Asia, and the Americas. It's likely that the Tokyo stop will be one of the league's last before players return to the WNBA. Let me say this actually as a side note. Let's say there is a Project B. Nothing would make me happier than the WNBA owner saying, oh yeah, you're in Project B. You can't come over here late. You can play in Project B, but you're going to be here for the start of the season. Or you're going to have to wait a grace period like all the other overseas players need to wait before you join your team. Put in some parameters. Put in some guidelines. Don't just let these players walk all over you. I'm just saying. The league and WNBA Players Association are currently in a stalemate in discussions for a new collective bargaining agreement. The union is still waiting for a response to a proposal they submitted close to Christmas, according to sources familiar with negotiation. Whoa. The union is still waiting for a response to a proposal they submitted close to Christmas. The owners are telling you that proposal's nuts. That proposal's loony. That proposal's not happening. Hey, maybe if I just don't answer this for long enough, maybe they'll just send something a little bit more serious. In that proposal, the players are seeking a $10.5 million salary cap and roughly 30% share of league gross revenue. According to sources familiar with negotiations, the WNBA is proposing an increase from 44 games between 50 to 54 games in the new CBA. The league's proposed start date for training camp is as early as mid-March, with the finals ending in November. A number of league sources expressed confusion over a potential mid-March date, questioning how training camp could overlap with the NCAA schedule and what the expectation would be for rookies. Training camp started April 27th last season, 2 weeks after the WNBA draft. Under the current CBA, the league has the ability to start training camp as early as April 1st. The league has never implemented that early for a number of reasons, including that the Final Four is played on the first weekend in April. The WNBA did not immediately return a request for comment on Thursday. So if there is a Project B, even how the league starts now, it's going to conflict. The league now starts, what did it say, April 17th? April 27th, the training camp started. And Project B would end April 4th. So they'd have roughly 3 weeks with how it's currently going down. But the players have always been talking about extending the season. They want less back-to-backs. So if you want less back-to-backs, the season needs to get longer. It needs to start sooner, and it needs to end later. There's no way around that. But that'll also make people pick between WNBA and Project B. And do you want to take an off season in Project B, or do you want to just play 365 days around? But if the WNBA is offering these players $500,000, $250,000, $1 million for the max deal, then there's no need to go play in Project B. There's no need to go play on Unrivaled. But something tells me this has just been more about ego than anything else. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. Like the video, comment, subscribe. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.